become? Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. You can't escape. No one understood the world that I was making. Look me in the face and tell me I was faking. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. It's on my face, I cannot hide from the mistake my parents made. I'm never moving on. Not made from love, a remnant of a selfish motive. Was I needed? Do I need it to go wrong? Polarized, inherent pain pumping through my veins. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. If I embrace the side of me, I only fuel the fire. But is it wrong for me to fight against the balance of my power? History in halves, one brain. I will break the chain. Oh no, どこには呼ぶ燃える恨め凍ると僕の愛と嫌いにいる。Oh no, どこには呼ぶ燃える恨め凍ると僕の I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a...
And we're live.
And
What is happening?
Awesome.
Oh my God! Here we are again. It
the
is
vastness.
what the hell
Yeah.
day is it? Tuesday? It's Tuesday again. And
it is Tuesday, yeah.
And we're here to answer your questions. And with us always is Green Pants. Green Pants, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for. You say as always, and I'm telling you, I'm surprised each and every time I get that call. So
Yeah.
you know,
No, it's great. It's great.
absolutely thrilled to be here as always.
No, it's awesome. I mean, the truth is, like, no one else calls me back, and that's fine. I've accepted that.
Oh
that
well, okay, but
you're reliable. That's what it is.
I'm glad I'm at the top of the roster.
You
So
are.
I appreciate that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So we are here again for a little segment we like to call OK Seriously, where you send questions and we give answers. If you have a question to submit, please do so. So we can't guarantee we can answer questions live today, but there's a link down that way underneath Green Pants. Yeah, down there.
Right here.
And you'll
There it
see
is.
the link on our
See that?
Twitch page is where you'll see it. So you click that and you'll be brought to a form where you could submit your question anonymously. So choose, or you could add your name if you so wish. So that's the deal. So we're gonna get into this week's questions, and our standard disclaimer that we are not professionally qualified to answer anything with authority.
Professionally qualified.
Professionally qualified.
I mean, what does qualified really mean? Who gets
Right?
to decide who's
I know.
qualified? Really?
I guess
mean,
accredited
you know.
universities, that kind of stuff. It's just all kinds of nonsense.
Take it for what it's worth.
Higher ed, aren't we supposed to be? Aren't we supposed to be against higher ed these days? Isn't that the in thing?
Oh, we were supposed to be
Ridiculous.
against I think it's
Education.
liberal ivory towers. I think they're supposed to
Indoctrination
be.
is what they call it,
Right.
right? Otherwise known as
Indoctrination.
the thing the
and
rest of us
history.
call the rest of us call education by history. You just happen to not like
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
Well, that's what they always say. If you don't like history, just change
Like,
it.
dear
you know?
God, whoever wins the war changes the history books, right? That's kind of the thing.
That is true.
All right, let's jump into our first question. So I think some of these might be abbreviated on screen because we wanted to fit it in so you could see it all, but I'm going to read the full question. So the first question comes from Amelia from Big Bottom, Washington. Amelia asks, I'm a 20-year-old female who graduated high school in 2021. There was one man that taught all the advanced and dual enrollment classes. I don't know what dual enrollment means. So I had the same English teacher my sophomore, junior, and senior years. Since graduating, I've seen this teacher around a lot. He must live in town because I see him at the grocery store and elsewhere around town. We always small talk. He's 33. This past week, he came up to me and said, I swore if I saw you again, I'd ask you out. I said yes. We exchanged numbers, but I feel unsure about it. What do you think? Asks Amelia.
Oh. Wait, Amelia, your first question wasn't, hey, aren't you the same guy that gave me a C in creative writing when I was 14? That wasn't it? Your answer was to say, yeah? Okay.
Their relationship does go
I
ways
mean-
back.
You know what? Amelia, while it's not, it's not strictly illegal, it a little bit falls into the weird and maybe kind of a little gross, but, I mean, even Leonardo DiCaprio has a cutoff of 25.
Damn. Throwing Leo under the bus.
I'm guessing...
What did he do?
Well, I mean, no, I'm just saying. He tries to keep a low bar. His limbo stick is at 25 years old,
Sure.
and he doesn't go lower. But it also sounds to me like Big Bottom doesn't really have a deep bench of teaching resources. I mean, if you've got one horny dude is the English teacher for all 3 years, like he's available for all your advanced classes and whatever a dual enrollment class is. Like, I don't.
I mean,
That sort of blows my mind.
can't they just be attracted to like? All right, what if he wasn't her teacher? She's 33, he's 20. Would you bat an eyelash then?
But I bat an eyelash.
Yes, as the
I would
colloquialism
not-
goes. Would you raise an eyebrow? Let me put it that way.
No, I wouldn't.
Right. So
No,
just the fact
you're
that he
right.
was her teacher,
Yes,
Right.
that is why.
and then she right,
I'm
when she
comfortable
was
saying that.
yes, and if you do work out those ages, right? If she was 15, probably when they first met each other, then think of it this way:
Like
he's known you for a quarter of your life. That's something.
That is something. I don't know if it's a positive thing or something that is really going to help in their. I still can't get that he's that. So it doesn't. The age really doesn't matter. The fact that he was your teacher for 3 years
Mhm.
and you're 20 years old. To me, that's just weird. Like that just seems like it would always be kind of awkward. I mean, I get the hey, consenting adults do whatever you want.
Sure.
But it seems weird to have a 30-plus-year-old guy like being like asking a 20-year-old who he taught for 3 years on a date. But I don't know. These are I mean, you have completely different values than I do. So what do you say? I don't.
That is true. But in this case, I'm all for this. I'm 100%. It's like if you're attracted to the guy, go for it. Like don't worry about the teacher thing. It's done, right? He's not your teacher. You're not his student anymore. If you're attracted to the guy, go out with him, see how it goes. 33 is not that old, right?
No, it isn't. I mean, just last week we had someone who only liked older guys who were 40.
Yes, I remember.
ourselves.
Yeah, hopefully she's doing well.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I see Amelia, I see no problem here. So if you like the guy, go for it. Life's too short,
Yeah, I can't find anything to really like. I mean, although it is a little strange, but yeah, I don't think there's probably anything like dangerous here or anything. So if you want to go, go for it. Find out. I don't know, but
You know what part that would be odd? I just thought of like what if he like what if he does things like as she talks like he corrects her grammar and stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's this,
right. It's like if
like he's still the
if he's
English
using-
teacher,
like you left a dangling participle, and
Right.
you know what? I can't abide that.
Not okay.
Yeah,
Right.
or if
Yep.
he's using like split infinitives, yeah, I could, So yeah, if he's a pendant, like if he's one of those people that's just super picky about all the individual, like if he's like a grammar Nazi, I can
Yes.
see that being an issue.
Yes.
But probably by age, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's. I think they're saying something that she feels a little weird because, yeah, it's a little weird, but I guess go for it and see what happens.
Go for it. See what happens. What's the
mean-
worst gonna happen?
I doubt there's a whole lot going on in Big Bottom, Washington, anyway. So
Right.
if we just have some, a little bit of mildly inappropriate teacher-student action, what can you do?
No longer a teacher student. It's all fine. That's all I'm saying. But I would say, like, it's weird. Here's the thing that's weird. It's weird, and this goes for any kind of relationship. Like, if you go, whenever there's like, you enter a relationship with someone initially where there's like a role of authority. You know what I mean? Like a former boss or a former teacher.
Oh, right, right,
and
right.
then you go into a relationship. You got to be really careful that it
See,
doesn't.
I don't go into
fall
any of those
into that
relationships.
dynamic.
Yeah, how about don't get involved in relationships where there was a previous power dynamic, like that. Hey, I mean,
that's-
I know Big Bottom isn't big, but like, there's not another guy that's just not the English teacher you had for 3 years. I mean, I feel like I'm a crazy person here, but it's just like, really? I mean, the guy that taught you English for 3 years is like, he's the only guy that can ask you out. I mean,
Oh my
really?
goodness.
Like, I just, I mean, I don't think there's anything, especially wrong with it, but it's kind of like, I mean,
things to be
yes,
cautious about. Again, I Greenspan said go for it. I'm gonna say the same thing. Go for it. Go out and see how it goes. If it gets weird, stop going out with them. That easy.
But yeah, be prepared that it might get weird because you remember that when you're having dinner with this man, that he asked you out, and he's the one that gave you a C in creative writing when you were 14 years old. So try to not have cognitive dissonance there with your brain while you're having dinner with Professor Horndog.
So there we go. So hopefully that helps.
You
Amelia.
know, there's no way. If this guy was 33, he had
Yeah.
this girl in his. You know that he is like, yes,
I know.
she was so hot all through
I
high
know.
school, and now finally,
I know.
it's legal, and Vanguard will agree with me and say,
I don't
just
dispute
go out
what
with
you're
her.
saying.
And, yeah,
I don't dispute that. I'm sure he had thoughts about her before when she was not legal, but there we are.
saying, just keep your eyes open, Amelia.
Keep your eyes open, Amelia. Is good advice. All right, our next question. My boyfriend, who is 25, hasn't asked me, who is 27, to meet his family. He has met my parents and my sister, and we have at lunch multiple times. Yet he still hasn't asked me to meet his parents. We've been together for 3 months, and he said that he wouldn't ask unless maybe we were getting married, and currently we don't have any plans when that would be. All his exes have never met his parents as well. My mom and sister tell me the relationship can't be serious if he isn't asking me to meet his parents. What should I do? Asks Polly from Uncertain, Texas. Polly.
Okay. Yeah. Polly, can I call you Polly? Have you ever asked yourself that maybe your boyfriend's parents are absolutely terrible piece of shit that he never wants anyone to meet for fear that they will learn that he is the literal offspring of demons, and that maybe introducing you to his parents could be considered a war crime? Ever think of that, Polly?
Yeah.
Because, while it's true that some people have great parents, I mean, I know people who let their kids talk to their parents. Like, they have this whole grandparent dynamic going on. I know some people do that, but, and it's probably adorable. But there are a great many of us who would rather take a bullet to the nutsack than let a significant other meet our mom. Okay? I'll raise my hand to be that guy.
Yeah.
Okay? No one should have to go through what Mrs. Greenpants went through. Okay? So, just because he doesn't invite you to meet his parents does not mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
If anything, probably give him a break because he probably had a tough childhood.
Yeah, no, Mrs. Greenpants is definitely a saint for what she dealt with. So that's
She is.
pretty clear to me. So yeah, so that was going to be my angle too, Polly, is that he could very well be protecting you. I think the angle to take here is find out, does he have a sibling? If he does, find out if you can meet that person, or a cousin. Find out if you can meet that person. Find out if you can meet any member of the family. It doesn't have to be the parents, right? And then see if it's a him thing or a parents thing. If it's a parents thing, you probably got a pretty good boyfriend. He's trying to protect you from, like as Greenpants was saying.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's one of these. Oh, well, the relationship can't be serious if he's not willing to allow you to like meet his parents because he then but like, and thinking there might be like a meet the parents nonsense, but this is like 2024, not 1924. Like it's like it's a little behind on I think cultural expectations for America in the United States is
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like that he's 20, she's 27, he's 25. It's like 3 months is not a long relationship at that age. You know what I mean? Like
not at all.
Like I think and 6 to 9 months going on years when you talk about meeting the parents. I mean, it's like
depending. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just but the thing that struck out to me though was that I think she also said that none of his exes have met her parents. So, but he's basically saying to her that he doesn't introduce people to his parents, and maybe he would one day if he was getting married. But like for now, don't ask about him. So maybe you get off his back about that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I can't say anything with respect to the health of your relationship, but I can say that it is not some sort of red flag that after 3 months he is not asking to introduce you to his parents, and it could be perhaps the kindest thing he's ever done for you.
Right, we got to keep that in mind, right? And I would think that it's like this comes what's the number thing in relationships that we need the most? Communication. Communication.
Right.
Right. So if like he you get to the point hopefully where you can talk about a slew of different subjects, and you could say, hey, are you ashamed of your parents? Is there a problem there? Is there something I need to know? You know what I mean? Or are you just weird about me meeting them? Let's just talk about it, right? And again, 3 months.
Are your parents assholes? Yes or no?
Right.
And be like,
if so,
yes, they are.
Understood. Done.
Understood. Yeah.
Right.
Wouldn't want to put you through that.
Yeah. Also,
But,
talking about marriage after 3 months. That's kind of a bit of a weird thing too, isn't it? Like, what's going on in uncertain Texas here? It's like, don't marry anyone after 3 months. It's insane. It's like-
I think that Polly is maybe at the point where she's only looking like anybody that she dates, she wants to know if there's a possibility for marriage.
Ugh,
And so
Ollie.
the fact that she's been dating 3 months and this guy's saying, no, you can't meet my parents, she's like, hey, I might as well, maybe I should cut this off now and like use my time more wisely. And I'm saying the fact that he has not introduced you to her parents is not a positive nor a negative sign about him, and it reveals nothing of his intentions or anything, because it could just mean that he has parents that he would rather not introduce you to, or he has parents that he would rather not visit, or
maybe he
speak
doesn't
to.
fit his parents, right? Let alone bring you, right? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but
Are you familiar with Fox News and what it's done to old people? If you are, you might know where I'm coming from.
There you go. Yeah, I think at 27. Yeah, that's. I know we're digging in a little deep there, maybe making presumptions, but based on how the questions were, I think it's pretty fair. Like, Polly, make sure you get in the relationships for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Don't be. You know, I don't know. Be in the husband hunt at 27. You got a lot of life to live left.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Right, exactly. And don't, like, you're looking for red flags. Like, this isn't a red flag.
Not
if
a
you're
red
looking
flag.
for, big, giant, hey, stop. Like, this is not one of it. He might have other ones that you have not mentioned, but this I wouldn't say is in particularly very noteworthy.
I agree. Again, I get back to the communication thing, right? Get to the point in the relationship where you feel comfortable having that deep talk. Tell me about your childhood. Tell me about your parents. Infer, figure out, get the story of what the problem with them is. See if there is one. You know? Now, if he says he's like, well, I just don't want to introduce you till I'm sure we're serious. Then...
that's a different... that's a qualified answer. But with just the generic, he has not introduced you to his parents, say, like, if... in my view, I just go, oh, he's doing her a favor. That's so nice. But that's only from my lived experience. So not her lived experience, but,
Absolutely. I mean, my lived experience is I love meeting parents as soon as possible in a relationship because all parents love me for some reason. I don't know why. But I always hit it off with parents.
All parents love a jury foreman. Anybody who's civically minded, you do.
There you go. That's not my profession, by the way.
How many?
I'm not a jury foreman.
When was the last time you've met some new parents? Is that happening?
Been a while.
A lot nowadays.
We got Mrs. Vanguard now, so it's been a while since I met.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Yeah. So this is from before.
Although I guess I meet.
Wasn't sure.
Sometimes I meet parents of the significant others of our kids.
Yeah. Now that
they also love me. Yeah. No, I get along with parents.
Are you also are you
superpowers.
virtually loved as well? Like in that VR cuddling situation, are you also?
Oh, from the previous week, that virtual VR. Yes. I've been loved there. Yes.
I can see that.
It's
I don't know if
It's a presentation thing.
Yeah, all parents don't necessarily feel the green pants love. It's
no, I know
it's
that.
it takes a special kind of parent to really
I get it.
Yeah. Some people don't get me.
Yeah.
Because I say fuck a lot.
Well,
and don't respect them.
And always, when we talked about this in the first meetings with people, you can't bring out the puppets right away. That's not the right call.
The puppets are how I express emotion. That is how am I supposed to express anger if not from Angry Andy, my puppet? Like, come on. Let's be realistic.
Fair.
Low, dude. Come on.
So, Polly, hopefully that helps. Don't look too much into it. Again, he might be doing you a favor. Have the conversation with him. Find out why he doesn't want to meet his parents.
He's doing you a favor.
Absolutely. There we go. All right, our next one. Here we go. This comes from Esmeralda. There's a name. Esmeralda from Dry Prong, Louisiana. I'm a 23-year-old female that just graduated college and is temporarily living at home with my parents. My mom's driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. Whenever I get into a serious conversation with my mom, she'll cut me off when I get going. She'll bring up something I need to do around the house or attempt to embarrass me mid-sentence. What is the psychology behind this? Is it a power move? Asks Esmeralda.
Wait, is it a power move? Yes. Obviously. Undoubtedly. Why are all these people wanting to talk to their moms? Like, what is going on? Like, while you have legally transitioned into the adult stage of human development,
And you're back in
you
her
know,
house.
it's not going to change the fact that if you're 23, you still have the same parents that you had when you were 16. And if they were assholes then, they'll be assholes now. Why are you having a serious conversation with parents? Like, my advice is never do that. Like, don't talk to them about real things. Like, this is like, what are you doing? I mean,
Yeah,
I know temporarily living at home has the advantages. You can save on rent, you're saving on health insurance, meals, or whatever.
Sure.
But it has that gigantic minus that your fucking asshole parents still live in the house. So, like, I'm not sure what I don't know.
I'm gonna go on a limb and assume maybe she gets along with her parents, with this minor exception. So
Well,
I know.
why would you assume?
It's
How many
possible,
people
is
do
all
you
I'm
know
saying.
that can stand their parents, that actually
I
can
know,
have a conversation with them?
I know people that get along with their parents.
Real people
Yes.
that can talk with their parents and not.
I'll send you I'll send you a list of names. Yeah, I have some people. I'm sure some
I
of
wonder
our
what that's
viewers.
like. Like,
So-
still
Yeah, still
like the same ones that they grew up with.
Yes.
Like, wow. Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. No,
Can't
I know.
even
I know.
imagine, but yeah.
It's out there. I get it. So Esmeralda. So yeah. I mean, is it a power thing? Probably. I mean, you're back in her house, and you probably shouldn't
Yeah.
be. Yeah, I mean, I know you want to save money, and that's fine. But that's a thing, right? And you're living rent free. It's like, just live there rent free. Why do you got why do you have all these expectations?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like
Oh,
there
yeah.
have been some big advantages that you can stay on your parents' insurance until you're 25. And
Yeah.
hey, yeah, if you can get out of college and somehow not have to pay rent and insurance and all these things, and like get a get a head start and, like, some starter money and all that, then deal with the fact that you still live at home. That is what happens. If you, for all of that free stuff, you just deal with being at home. And as soon as if you're completely exasperated with living at home, can't deal with your mom anymore, then you leave, and then you're on your own.
right.
But,
I mean, another thing too, based on the mom's reaction, right? It's kind of like think about your behavior, right? Like, do you talk a lot? Maybe you do, and if you do, maybe she just wants to get out of the conversation and get back to what she was doing and during her normal life. So
wow. Okay.
I'm just
So,
saying,
thinking-
Esmeralda could be annoying. It's a possibility.
That Esmeralda's mom finds her annoying. Okay.
Right, and she's like,
see
bah, bah,
that.
bah, 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 bah. She's like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get out of this conversation, right? And mom's just gotta go off and do something,
Right.
right? That's
She
possible.
gave her such a long name. She even butting in. It's like Esmeralda. Like, you can't.
Esmeralda.
It's
Ezzy. What's
that's
the
gotta
short?
be-
What's the short version of Esmeralda? Like, normally have a little nickname kind of thing. Is there
Ez.
one? Ez.
I've only known one Esmeralda, and she was called Ez.
And she went for Ez. Okay, EZ or like
Ez,
ESS or how is that? EZ. If she
I'm
were
not
to
sure
write
how
it.
it was spelled. It was just I only remember it being pronounced, but it was Ez. Yeah,
Okay.
like just EZ or ESS or
Oh,
something.
so by the
Ez.
way, Super J, our wonderful, loyal, regular viewer is here, and she says she loves her parents. So see, at least one person surveyed loves.
Okay, love them, but like, can you like have a conversation with them? Like,
Yes,
they
okay,
say a
I've
sentence
seen
and
it.
you say a sentence and they say a sentence, and
Right.
then there's no punching,
And no yelling or punching or throwing things.
no yelling, no profanity.
Right.
This a one-way recording state?
Yes.
Like, okay, yeah. I mean, as I said, I get that. I will trust you that this happens.
It does.
And that's
It does.
fine. I just
It's
That's-
just
and that's great.
All
I mean,
the
I can't-
time, Super J says. All the time. It's possible.
all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, stranger things have happened. Yeah, right? So,
Yeah, I
Esmeralda, it's like,
Yeah.
stop, like, I don't know. Like, give your mom some slack. You're living in your house for free. Like, they were expecting to be empty nesters. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, just accept the
Right.
free rent.
Well,
and-
we don't really know any of this, but yeah, because it depends. Is this one of those, hey, can I stay at home, and that your parents weren't expecting it or
Yeah.
don't appreciate it?
And
Yeah,
they're
because
like,
that could be
"Oh."
an entire.
Sure. Yeah,
Right.
that kind of thing. You're back.
Or they
our
could be
basement.
the type of parents that are like, yes, please come home. We want
Some
you
parents
to be at
are like
home
that,
so
right? We
can
miss
let-
you.
know."
We've always wanted you to come back. Please stay with us, right?
Right.
That's
So-
that's not good,
and
by the
then-
way. It's like
Right.
parents. If any parents watch it, get your kids out of the damn house. They get a little bird's got to fly. You're not doing them any favors by keeping them at home. Seriously, once they're like fully functional adults, let them go.
Yeah.
They'll come visit on the weekends.
Let 'em go.
It's like,
Never need to talk to them again.
my
Don't have
God,
to speak to them. Pretend they never existed. They're out of your life.
I wouldn't go that far.
Dead to you. That's fine. That's how it works. That's just the best
I
way.
wouldn't go that far.
It's just.
A little much. I wouldn't go-
Just-
but again, Ezzy, if we can call
Hey,
you
that's
Ez.
what most of the animal kingdom does. You know what?
Well,
the
the animal
birds
ki-
get knocked
absolutely,
out of the
yeah.
nest, and the mother
Right.
bird flies away,
So you
and
can fly
that's it.
done.
Those kids either fly or
Done.
die.
So
Yeah,
can
you
fly.
know.
Exactly. What was I gonna say? Oh, Esmeralda. So again, let's talk about communication. So if you can have a serious conversation with your mother that doesn't go too long and say, "Mom, am I annoying you or something? Can you just tell me what it is I'm doing? I don't mean to annoy you," and then maybe she'll actually tell you.
I cannot see that happening.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't. Who, these are mothers, like people who gave birth to a child, and then they're
Yes.
having. Okay, yeah.
Actual conversations.
I'll trust you.
You jump out on that limb. All right, Esmeralda. So good luck.
Yeah.
Actually curious how it goes. So feel free to write back if you get us any updates on how that.
Yeah,
How the
absolutely.
situation works out. All right, so our next question. So, Brian from Pie Town, New Mexico asks, "Why am I always expected to be nice? I've absolutely had it with people just being straight up assholes, and that I have to accept their behavior. I have for so many reasons to be an asshole back: childhood abuse, racism, etc. But I try my best to be polite. I could be cruel if I wanted, especially to privileged dicks who think they're tough because mommy and daddy have money when they haven't even faced struggle. I hate them all so much." Brian.
Wow, Brian.
Brian.
Is there even a question in there?
Seems like you're just pissed off.
Well, no, I think no. It is. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It does seem to be a bit aggressive coming off. But I think that Brian's first. I think that started with, "Why do I always have to be nice?"
Yes.
And Brian, I fucking get it. You've recently discovered that most of the fellow human race are just cesspools of dog shit. Like I get it. You're not sure how to feel about that. You're yes, being cruel is super easy, if you want to being, generically cruel. But I think your particular beef is with the Chad and Stacey's of this world. And so and their particular specific brand of dickishness. So if you are going, to channel your rage, I think you should be egalitarian in the distribution and do it fairly and be polite in normal society, but keep all of your anger, your rage, your resentment, like tied up in a little tight ball and don't let it go anywhere, just like therapists tell you.
There's what
And
keeps
then
you in therapy
put
for decades.
Yeah, then you put that in your pocket and then you can unleash it with your anger cannon when it's necessary. And you can give clear, narrow, concise, targeted resentment.
And that's what typically gets you arrested.
You know how long you're normally in a lockup? It's only a few hours of
It's
your
true.
day.
For a fight, it's
okay?
only usually a
Listen.
few hours, and they book you and let you go. Yeah.
I mean,
true.
come on. Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, so Brian, man, you're pissed about something.
He's angry.
Yeah. Do you with people? So I assume maybe it's your social group, man. Maybe you're with the wrong friends. Maybe it's time to get some new friends.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's also this sounds like almost some like social media kind of stuff involved in here. Like
that's a completely different scenario though, because like people online are the biggest assholes, right? Because they're the keyboard warriors. They think they're so tough.
Right.
Typey.
Right.
Oh, I'm a badass because I type words, and it's like
Right. Well,
like,
yeah, I guess.
someone,
Yeah, but,
and those typically people can't even look somebody in the eye and face a confrontation. You know what I mean? They're the first ones to back away, and it's like.
So yeah, so I don't know if Brian's referring to necessarily to online assholes or to real in-person assholes, but I think the advice stands. Like, keep we live in society, and you try to have to keep your keep things nice and and normal, but you do not have to be polite to fucking assholes, and it is best to have good, like, nice little resentment hollow point bullets that you can put and pack all of your anger and rage into, and then deliver those with precision
When appropriate. Okay. I see.
when appropriate.
Yeah, my approach is a kill him with kindness kind of thing. So I always my
come on.
my advice, Brian, is
Chad and Stacy, kill him with kindness. Buy Chad and Stacy another fucking Mercedes? Is that what you want?
Keep the high ground. You're gonna win in the end. You're doing the right thing. That's kind of my belief, right? If someone's a dick to me, I'll demean them in a very calm voice. That I'll do. And insult their
Okay.
intelligence in a very calm voice, but I won't lose my shit. You know? Like, yeah. And you know why? Here's the secret.
Yeah.
Here's my secret. Here's the secret. Everybody does what they do for a reason, right? Unless you're like taken in with like a severe bout of mental illness. Everything every human being does is for a reason, right? So you don't know what's like in their shoes.
Right.
They don't know what's like in your shoes. They're coming out with this thing that's not about you. It seems like it's coming at you. It's not about you. It's about them. You know what I mean? So I take pity upon them when that thing happens, and I'm like, oh, this poor bastard, right? Is like probably had a horrible life, and now he's got to take a shit on me because he thinks I cut him off, even though I had the right of way or whatever. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Right.
You know, so that's my approach. So I say keep the high road, and you'll be a better human for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Better for your
you know, as I
relationships,
said,
better for your friend circles.
revenge is awesome. I mean, it tastes
It's
great.
satisfying.
Like vengeance
is the
is like
Klingon
it's
way.
just it's satisfying. You feel good afterwards, and there's never been a vengeance or anything that everyone ever felt bad about afterward. It's just one of those things that just is an all-around net positive for society. So I don't really have a killing them with kindness kind of thing. I'm more of a just kill them.
Killing with killing them. Right.
But with hollow point emotional bullets that with filled with anger and rage. I mean, I think what Brian's kind of tapping into is this a general I think some realizations that a lot of us have come to over the last decade or so of that our neighbors and those around us in society weren't necessarily all as not crazy bigoted and racist as we might have thought. And Brian could be discovering that in his little house in Pie Town, New Mexico.
Sure.
So,
Sure, New Mexico.
I get that he's
and I don't want to get political,
hard.
but like, so he says racism, which implies that he's black, right?
Or minority of some kind.
Some kind of minority, right? And it's tough, right? If you've been shit on your whole life because of that, right? That's a tough thing that builds up a lot of anger and resentment. Yeah. And I've known many parents, like I've known many black parents in particular, and it's standard procedure to teach their kids you keep your cool when you get into altercations with anywhere. Also white people, the police, anywhere, right?
Right.
You could literally
They call it having the talk.
Right.
It's literally the talk.
The talk no
And,
human should have to have with their child, right? It's a horrible thing,
Right.
like no question. But it's just like it's one of those things, and it builds up. It builds up that resentment because you feel like you have no outlet for it. So outlets, let's talk about that. Pick up a sport, learn to box. Like, go to the gym, hit the heavy bag, do
Krav Maga. Learn
Maga.
Krav Maga.
Fantastic.
Like just close quarter, like just combat where you can completely incapacitate someone with just slight wrist movement. Like that's awesome. It's like learn from the best.
Learn.
But yeah, I see what Vanguard is saying. From a certain angle, always being polite and nice definitely is the safe route, especially in the society that we live in. Some people, or many people, feel the need to walk around armed at all times.
New Mexico. Is a little
right.
in this area.
So I would say I will amend my advice to say, yes, it is best to be polite and stuff when you can, and to general put out a positive vibe out there. But with the assholes, when you do your vengeance, do it under the radar. Do not get caught. Do not let anyone know. But make sure that the assholes get theirs. Okay, that's important.
Nice.
I'm just saying. I have
great.
personally stopped. I have personally stopped at least 5 Karen episodes myself, all in grocery stores,
Nice.
where a person was at the deli counter and is just giving the person a super hard time
Yeah.
for like no reason, and I've actually like walked the line and been like, "What are you doing?
Right.
No, look at me. Hi. Hi. Yes, I'm another white guy. Hi. What are you doing?"
Right.
Like,
Look
just
at yourself. Look at yourself.
yeah.
Right. Hold
there's
the
been
mirror. Look at yourself.
yeah, I've had a few of those a few of those incidents in the past year or two.
I get it. So yeah, Brian, good luck.
Struggle, Brian.
Hope that helps. Like I said, keep aiming for the high road, man. I know it's not easy, but it pays off in the end. I'll say that for sure. And find other outlets to release your anger. You'll be much better for it.
Right. Exactly.
Productive. It's Krav Maga. Yes. All right. So our last question comes from Roger from Gun Barrel City, Texas. Roger asks, I'm 20 years old and I've been rapping for 8 years, and I'm currently a second-year college student majoring in rap music. That's the thing. I want to have a rap name that's a manipulation of my real name. It's Roger. My music is more on the lyrical side, and I really like boom bap, if that helps. Any ideas? Are you familiar with boom bap?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Boom bap is a subgenre of rap and hip hop. Boom bap is usually like drum loops with a hi hat. So like boom, 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 and it's there's so boom bap raps are like 80 to 110 beats per minute kind of thing. So
boom bap.
Well, that's like the golden age, the 90s is boom bap is like it's like old school, 90s stuff. So
that's where like your Dre and your Notorious B.I.G. and your all those guys.
That was Tupac, Nas, Tupac. Biggie, Outkast, all that. Not to be confused with the trap music, which is like like that's like the faster kind that uses it's basically always uses those TR-808 sounds like from the drum kit.
Yes.
Have you ever used a Roland drum machine?
I have,
like
back in the day.
Specifically from the yeah.
More like your Eminem, right? I think it's more of that style and.
Right. Well, yeah, because there are so many different subgenres. But yeah, okay. So clearly, no place better to go to figure out a rap name than two white guys on the internet. So
clearly,
awesome, Roger.
So Roger,
you came to the right place.
Yeah. So Roger's that's tough though. So I think you got to go Raj something. Raj something. Raj. So either Raj Yo,
MC Raj, Rojakiss.
Who flame?
Like Jadakiss.
I like that. I like that. Yo Raj.
Big Daddy Roger.
Notorious
Little
R.O.G.
Nas Roger.
Notorious R.O.G.
I like that.
Yeah.
EB Cool Raj.
EB Cool.
75 cents. I don't know.
Here's a random thought, and I'm throwing this out there in the middle of this. It depends. Part of it depends on your look. I'm envisioning a thing like if you look like Steve Urkel, and if you literally called yourself Roger the Rapper, that could be like marketing gold. You know what I'm saying? Because you look like a nerd. Your name is ridiculous, but your music's awesome and everybody loves you. You know what I mean? I could see that going big.
I think you might be aging yourself there, Vanguard, by using Urkel as a reference for nerd. It's be like, do you remember that show Family Matters that was on 25 years ago? And there was a character in that show.
I guess that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Let's go back to names.
We're very old.
The Fresh Raj.
Roger 3000.
Who framed Roger Rapper?
Long but clever. I think I like the Notorious R.O.G.
Yeah.
Ice Raj.
Well, what if you go down to Row, like instead of Raj, Row? Like, it could be like Yo Row or Row Yo or like Yo Fresh or Row Fresh, Fresh Row, Yo Fresh Row.
I don't think he's come to the right place. Now that I think about it,
Lil Row.
We are terrible at this. We don't know what we're doing.
Little Row, Big Row.
Why are we?
Sideways
We should not
Row.
be answering this question. These are all tight. These are terrible names. I don't know.
I think
what
some
we're
of them
doing.
have potential.
Row
the Rapper. Rap
really?
and Row.
Row the Rapper.
Yeah. Row the Rapper.
Row the Rapper? Is that what we're going to tell Roger?
Row Fresh. I don't know. Maybe Notorious Raj is the one that we're.
Yeah, the Notorious R.O.G. I think it is.
Yeah.
Or is it like? Was it Roger R.O.G.E.R. or R.O.D.G.E.R.? Because if it's R.O.G.E.R., yeah.
R.O.G.E.R. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Notorious R.O.G.
Yeah. I would actually consider respelling my name R.A.J. It's a cooler name to spell Raj than ROG.
Oh, like Raj.
Raj.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Which people we short is for
Yeah.
like Rajat or more of an
Raj,
Indian
yeah.
name.
Shout out Raj. Raj Fresh. Go Raj. Yo.
Raj X.
Raj X. I like that. X Raj.
Ooh. Yeah.
Raj in
X's
your
and
house.
Z's.
Z Raj Z. I don't know if anyone could do the Z. I think once Jay-Z did it, I think it's like that's done. Like no one can do like name Z. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
did he sort of
I guess, but
retire that name style?
Well, what about MC? Because there's a lot of MCs out there.
Yeah,
'Cause you can.
everyone roll with MC. MC everything. MC Raj.
Yeah.
It could be.
But yeah, I think with like for most of them, like putting like Ice Cube or like Lil in front, because there's Lil Wayne, there's
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you could be
uh,
big and little. It could be Big Raj,
Little Nas
Raj,
X, yeah.
Raj little Raj,
Right.
big. You know, size manipulations as
Um,
part of your name is always a popular thing to do.
Oh yeah, I hope that helps, Roger. I'm as long as if you've got good lyrics and you've got a good snappy acoustic snare drum and some powerful beats,
Boom.
you can make it in this world,
Boom,
Roger.
psh,
I have boom.
boom, psh, boom, boom.
Yep. Think of it as a snare and a bass drum. That's also what's used in beatboxing. It's the
Yes.
and the is the hi hat.
Yeah, and then the scratching
Yeah,
of the record
exactly.
and the whole thing. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
great. Again, you're asking two white guys for rap
Right.
names.
Right. I mean, I get a beatbox for you, but I don't.
I
think
have
you
to
want
be
that.
honest. I don't even like rap.
Wow.
Whenever someone asks me like what kind of music you like, I'm like anything but rap, country, and Dave Matthews.
I can. That's fair. For me, it would be similar and most jazz. I would say.
Oh,
at
jazz
this
is
point.
fair. Jazz is fair. That's true. We've had discussion about
Yeah.
jazz before.
Because there's good jazz and there's terrible jazz, and it's
Is there
mostly
any
terrible.
Is there any good jazz?
I don't know. I was saying that to try to be nice to people who might
I get
like
it.
jazz, but no, it's all awful.
I get it.
I
I get it.
have been
That's
I've been
it.
burned too many times being like, hey, let's go see this jazz show, and I'm like,
Just
yeah,
going,
okay,
you're
and I'm like,
like,
why did I do this again?
Why?
I'm like, this
Why,
is
why,
all
why am I listening to this 20-minute solo from the trombone player?
exactly. That's the thing is,
Why is that happening?
jazz could be summed up by instruments that should never have solos.
Yes.
Like that is in jazz. Like you don't, yeah, trombone solo, it's not appropriate ever. It's just too much trombone. You know,
Even
Like,
the jazz
trombone
organ, man.
belongs to that, you know.
Even the jazz organ, man. People go the keys. It's like you're a freaking rhythm instrument, man. Stop with the. Just don't.
what is a jazz organ?
You know this. You'd know the sound if you heard it. Jazz organ, like a electronic organ. That
Oh, those are. Oh, yeah. Because we had one of those at home growing up. It was like an organ like from Sears that was like electric that you would play or whatever. Yeah, literally. I think. Yeah, I guess
there was a button that
jazz
I guarantee you there's a button that organ for jazz sound, and then the jazz sound would come out. This is
Yes,
classical
yes, because
piano
you could put beats in and stuff like yeah. So jazz organ. Okay, cool.
sound. To the rap. There you go. So Roger, I hope that helps. I mean, again, I don't think we came up with a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
really
great
do.
names. You know, if
I don't know. Well, Roger had very specific requirements. Like he wanted a portmanteau or some sort of combination of his
Portmanteau.
name
Bring
with
me
the
the
rap
keywords.
and his come on, Roger, you
Yeah,
got not
Roger's
giving us a
not a
whole
rap
lot to
name.
work with.
that's why I
It's,
recommended the go with the RAJ.
Yeah.
And then work with that. That's I think is the way to go. That's the best advice I can give you, Raj. And then do one of the things, either little, big, small, side, ice, Raj.
Yeah.
Raj flip.
I think
don't
a
know,
lot
but-
of these names also normally came from like friends and stuff, where that's what they were called, and then they became that,
Right.
rather than it being something that was like literally commercially.
That's true. You think like Lil Wayne was
created.
you think Lil Wayne was like the littlest of his friends, so they just call him Lil Wayne, for example?
And that it wasn't like a studio executive that was like, okay, you need a name. Let's go with. For most rappers, it's something they established earlier in their life, and not from like a record label.
Got it.
And as a white guy that grew up in the '90s, there's very few people who would know rap better. So
Also, dude, I just noticed this. He's 20. He's been rapping for 8 years. Rapping since he was 12. You rock on, dude.
okay, yeah. Apparently, you can major in rap in college. I did not know
Did not
that.
know that. Did not know there was a major.
I mean, you can major in music, but that's that's a genre. But yeah,
I hope you're not. I truly hope you're not majoring in rap music. I hope you're majoring in music with a focus in rap, versus a major in rap music. Because I can't imagine a full 4-year bachelor's course load of rap. You know what I'm saying?
it could be. There's lots
Even with
of
prereqs.
subgenres to rap. Maybe right. Yeah, and also rap music does not seem like the type of musical style that requires
In-depth study.
like or a degree. It'd be like, the best rappers are the most highly educated with the most amount of degrees in the rap.
Yeah, that's true.
In the rapping.
I think
They got straight A's in rhyme manipulation
Right.
and
I think empirical
just,
data. since-
automatopoeia.
Right. I think empirical data, since rap was invented, tell us this is not the case. Not the most highly educated of artists. But hey, whatever works. We're wishing you luck. You're chasing your dream. That's what's important. So again, my biggest advice: RAJ, and then go with some of those prefixes, suffixes to sort of get something so it rolls off your tongue well.
And my advice is skip the Roger. Do you have a middle name? What's your last name? Something. Or and some friends be like, what do you guys call me? And then do that. Like make a twist on that. And that way at least you're not giving yourself the name, because when people give themselves their own nickname, it's generally like it's pretty sad.
Kind of true too. That's what your friends
you want to
would
have
call
someone
you.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, true. It's fresh out.
I didn't name I did not name myself Mr. Green Pants, that's for sure. That was not my name. Like,
That's true.
I
Actually,
was told I was a Mr. Green Pants, and then that is who I became.
I have to.
But it's not something I sought out.
Yeah, I have to admit, I did name myself Vanguard.
God damn it!
Right, I fucked it up.
Can you be with me on something?
I don't know. I'm trying.
I'm the jury foreman. I convinced people the guy was
Trying.
guilty. I'm not a liar.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't like conflict. I like to be polite to people. I don't like to get arrested.
I use
Drugs
nice
are
words.
bad.
I don't
Come
do
on.
drugs.
I just
Like, what is my deal?
God, man.
Jesus.
Don't know.
Oh, so Raj, good luck. Yeah, so hopefully some of those ideas help. And again, good luck in your future endeavors there. So, and glad you're going to school. Hope you graduate. Good luck. We hope to see
Yep.
you in the
Hope you-
on the
you know,
chart someday.
Right next to that bachelor's degree in rap that you
There you go.
really need to make it in that business.
Again, I really hope it's in music, translation to rap. I hope it's not a full bachelor's in rap. But hey, to each their own.
I would just be, imagine it getting a, because because I don't think because before even rap, like I don't think you can major in jazz. Really, I mean, it's a concentration in jazz.
I think there's
generally.
actually, you know what? I think there's a jazz studies major in some schools. Crazy enough.
Jazz is that terrible that it's a whole major. All right, fair enough. There's a lot of bad jazz to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Because all of the bad jazz that I've heard, it would take a long time to fit. You could make a course out of it. I could get that. Yeah.
There it is. The first program of its kind in the United States, the Bachelor of Science in Hip Hop and R&B.
Bachelor of Science.
There you go.
Bachelor of Science.
Science. That's a stretch. Oh, you know what? I got it. It's
Science doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
It's a lot of music production. So you're learning recording techniques, the studio, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Product technology.
Yeah.
Marketing, publishing, distribution, legal issues, and management. So there's
Yes, those
all
are all
kinds of things,
because that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck to you, Raj.
Yep.
Better you than me.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, don't be ashamed. There's nothing wrong. Like huge success in the potential business side of things in the rap industry. You know what I mean? Like if you feel you're not getting discovered or whatever, like I want to compliment you for going to school for this because you're hopefully learning about the business side of music, right? And sort of how to get into business, how to be a promoter, how to be a producer, all this other stuff, right? You could find the talent, get it out there, make your name that way. That's what's his name? That's what Pharrell did, right? Like he was always the behind the scenes guy. You know what I mean? He would be a producer. He would
You're
write
the one
songs.
that hates rap, man.
Yeah, Pharrell's not
I don't
rap,
know.
is he? I don't know. What is he? What do you call him? I don't know. He's hip. He's more hip hop pop.
I think he'd be another shit.
But
But hip hop and is a sub. You know,
I
they're all
know. I know. I'm more pop. I don't
genres
know.
of a sub.
Pharrell Williams. What's Pharrell
Yeah.
Williams? He's more pop, I guess. But he was the my point is he's the background guy responsible for a lot of hit songs. He finally wrote a song,
Right.
couldn't find the right person to sing quite right. He's like, oh fine, I'll do it, and then he came out with that happy song, and he became a double millionaire.
Oh, is that where?
US.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the background on that song. Was that he
Yeah.
wasn't going to be the singer on it?
Yeah, he wasn't going to be. He was trying to find someone to
originally.
sing it, and nothing quite fit right. And then someone else, one
Yeah.
of his like colleagues said, "You just sing it. You're a fine singer." He's like, "All right."
Yeah.
So then he did.
And he has like a really unique voice too.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine that song being sung by anyone else actually. So.
right. So it kind of
Right
worked
now.
out. All right, that's why his friend was kind of smart. But so it worked out. So again, hang in there. Music business can be a grind, but it's good that you're doing all the right things. So good luck, Roger. All right, it's time for the speed round,
Right,
my friends.
Vanguard speed round.
Speed round.
Yes.
So let me get our timer up here. For those of you not familiar, the speed round, it's my turn, which is like, all right, that's fine. So I'm gonna have 60 seconds to answer 5 speed round questions.
I have a question.
And then we'll do a small unpack at the end. But that's gonna be the deal. And I will start the timer, Green Pants, after you finish reading the first question. So
Okay. Are
I am
you ready?
I am prepared.
Okay. If you did not have to sleep, what would you spend the extra 8 hours doing?
Shit. I would learn skills. I'd learn mad skills all the time. Learn something new all the time. Maybe
What
start a
is your
side hustle
most
for
used-
cash. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm good.
What is your most used phone emoji?
I have one for this. So it's tongue, taco, each eggplant, and then the sweat droplets. I append it to every message I sent to my wife.
I look forward to unpacking that at the end. What is the title or subject of a podcast that you would never listen to?
That's funny. I actually came across this. This is only recently, the past couple weeks. It's called Boots and Whiskey. It's
Okay.
It's a country music podcast.
Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Oh shit! Both are horrible. I'll go with Yoda.
All right.
Explain why later.
And if you were picked to represent your country in an international competition, what activity or sport would it be?
Oh, I'm not the best in anything though. I'm giving people advice.
Wow.
Giving people advice.
Okay.
There we
Alright.
go. Yeah. So that one. So I'm thinking about that one now. So I would. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm the best at almost nothing. That's why I'm hesitant.
Okay.
Now, if it was a random pick, like if I was randomly picked from the country to go and get someone randomly picked for another country, I'd probably have a lot
Mhm.
more skills. I could say, like, I could probably do
Right.
ballroom dancing better than some random person picked from another
Right.
company, for example, right? Because I do that a lot.
Right.
So yeah. So I would say that. But if I had to pick the one thing that was probably best, that's probably giving advice.
Yeah, for me, I think the only one I could win
Yeah.
would be if how much alcohol a person can consume without acute alcohol poisoning by body weight. Like that I've figured out.
Nail
And
it.
I've, yeah, I've nailed that. I've been told
Yep.
by several emergency room physicians
right
that I should be dead.
after the "How are you alive?" right.
Right. Yeah. That blood alcohol is more alcohol than blood. Yeah. It's
Right.
it's yeah. There's a name for it. So yeah. If not that, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really like. I can't think of anything that I would really be awesome at, like in
Right.
terms of representing the country.
Right.
Other than
That's the thing. Like I said, unless
I suppose.
like I said,
Puppetry.
unless it was like a random selection thing, like I said, right? And then it's like, okay, I'm probably better than average in several things, so I could probably measure up pretty well against someone else randomly picked. That kind of thing.
And yeah, and like I mean, I have certain mad puppetry skills that not everyone knows about.
Good one,
and,
actually. That's true.
and, what if you didn't have to sleep? What would you spend the extra 8 hours doing?
Yeah, I would learn things.
I just immediately said
all-
drugs.
Okay,
Like-
that's a choice.
Just how about fucking?
and yeah, but the person needs to be awake with you to fuck.
Okay, masturbating.
Yeah, that was going to be my second choice, actually. Yeah, that'd probably be
Okay.
vigorous masturbating would probably be
For 8 hours a day.
My biceps would be so huge.
Yeah, just giant. Just
Yeah.
on one arm though. Strong dad.
You got to pinch hit. You got to go back and forth.
It's hard though.
Yeah.
One hand is just less enjoyable. I'm sorry.
I would do all kinds of skills. One of the skills I would probably do is be more proficient on my left hand. You know, not necessarily masturbating, but
That's true.
doing regular activities. You know, train myself to become ambidextrous, do music, play more guitar, play more piano, drums, learn language. You know what I mean? I would do all this crazy shit.
Yeah, I would probably do that too. I mean, hopefully while on drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be like it. Yeah, it would certainly. Yeah, I feel a lot of the like I lose a lot of time. Like the fact that 1/3 of my life is spent asleep is kind of like that sucks. Like
It's like a huge waste,
that,
doesn't it? I know.
Yeah, it would. It's almost like our bodies aren't like perfectly designed vessels.
And that were the
and
result
that,
of a slew of biological accidents over
Random
time
mutations.
Right, go
Yeah.
figure.
Right. It's almost like that.
Yes.
Right.
Go figure.
What the fuck is your phone emoji? That was several emojis. And in an
Oh,
order that I did not understand or even
it's. I don't know if I
remember.
could paste it in chat. It's. Can I do emojis in chat? I don't know if I think. I
it,
don't think I
was it
can.
was taco.
It was
cat,
tongue first. Tongue, taco,
Tongue.
peach,
tongue taco peach. Okay, explain that.
eggplant, and then the sweat droplets. It's better to see it. I don't know if I could show it easily.
I mean, I would say eggplant. That's appropriate for so many situations.
Right?
Like, when my boss texts me and asks me to do something, that's generally how I respond.
Yeah.
Either that or with the poop emoji.
Poop's a classic.
Oops, yeah. I mean, I use that quite a bit.
I do a lot. So that one I described, I sent.
Wow,
I pinned that to every text I send my wife, and
Mhm.
I mean, I think she's kind of sick of it, but I keep doing it.
Right. So I tongue our cat Peaches with what does it does it mean something
Oh,
special?
do you want to
only
know what it
her?
means? No, it's a.
Yes, I want to know what it means because it doesn't mean anything to me. It sounds
does.
insane.
It means something. Hold on, wait. Oh
I
my
mean, if
god.
it means something like whatever, I don't.
I'm sick of it.
If you got a tongue and an eggplant in there,
tongue.
it's nothing.
Right. So you know what taco is used for?
Yes. Okay. So
And
it
then
is what I'm thinking.
peach, you know what it's used for. So
Okay.
it's the tongue,
Oh,
then
okay.
the taco, then the peach, then the eggplant.
You are a dirty, dirty man.
Right. I don't have many vices. This is my thing.
It's not really a bite. I mean, you like
Yeah.
what you like.
And then the sweat droplets at
I
the
don't
end,
know if
which is
that's-
the droplets, which is the
and that's how you sign every missive and
Yeah,
email
I
and
do.
note to your wife.
I do.
Just letting you know, I fucking love sex.
Right.
Hugely into it.
right. And I gotta tell you, it's
Just
not,
in case you forgot, Mrs. Vanguard.
right. And it turns out she hasn't forgot, and it's not working out for me at all. So I should probably alter my tactics.
Yeah, if it's it sounds like that message isn't either not getting through or is being summarily rejected. Yeah, at
Right.
the
I believe
at
the
source.
latter,
Just
yes.
Seeing that, delete. Right.
I believe the latter. So what else do we say?
Or this podcast or subject you never listened to, like easy one was just like Joe Rogan. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've never heard Joe Rogan. I know
Yeah.
he gets paid a whole lot of money and
Yeah.
he's just a complete asshole. And like, so that, more like targeted, I would say something like balls and the sports they're involved in.
I see.
Like that is something I wouldn't like if someone held up a ball and been like, what sport is this? And they're like, I don't know, golf.
Mystery.
Like that would not be something for me.
Right.
Also that would be a terrible podcast. Visual medium there. But also at this point, anything with patriot in the name,
Fair.
like at this point, patriot is just a dog whistle for white nationalism.
Yes. Agreed.
So it's like
No question.
we actually like if we have certain vendors that are just like patriot blah blah blah. It's like okay,
and
no.
click. Done.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
So I chose. There's a podcast I came across. It's called Boots and Whiskey because I was looking for
Boots and
podcasts
Whiskey.
in our geographic area, and this was
Okay.
one in the Boston area. And I said, you know what? I'm like, I hate country music.
mean
But
they
I'm gonna check this out.
It's a podcast. Well, who cares where they're from? Because mean, it's a podcast.
Well, I was looking for local interest
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
So I came
Because
across.
there's one called like Whiskey and Cigarettes is another
Oh, is it?
country podcast.
Yeah, so I came across Boots and Whiskey, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a chance because maybe I'm being too judgmental. And it turns out I am not. I hate country music. I hate the culture associated with country music. I cannot stand it. And I tried. I listened for a while, and I'm just like, I can't. And the number of times the word going back to the Patriot thing, how many times that comes up, I'm just like, oh God.
I can't either.
And the Jesus, there's so much Jesus.
So, well, that's Christian
the
rock.
Jesus. Yeah, but it
Christian rock
overlaps.
is its
It's
own.
like...
No, I mean Christian rock. There's a lot of bands out there that try to emulate like pop bands, but like wherever you would
remember
put
Creed?
Baby, they just substitute Jesus, or like Jars of Clay, yeah, a lot of those Christian bands are like the same, where the main places they perform are like at altar calls in mega churches.
Right.
They're like, we played Joel Osteen's
Right.
7 Sundays in a row. You're like, that's great.
That's everything I need to hear. Done.
Then we all got COVID. Then we all got COVID again.
Oh my
and the
God.
third time we got COVID.
Oh, freedom. Freedom's the other thing on these country channels.
Oh,
freedom,
yeah.
Freedom. We're singing about freedom.
Right.
Oh, America's the only free country in the world. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Freaking Luxembourg is free. Pretty much
Yeah.
every country. There's like 2 or 3 countries in the world that are not free. It's like, learn what freedom
France
means.
just looked at us, and France went, "Oh my God! Look at the United States. We need to make, abortion healthcare a right of everyone."
Yes.
Because
yes.
oh my God, the United States, they are backwards.
I got all in an argument with someone who's talking about like, well, some dude from Australia posted something about what's the deal with you Americans when you blah blah blah. Oh well, at least we have freedom, like you don't there, and it's like Australia's more free than the U.S. You have more freedoms in Australia. And you're doing
in Australia, you have the freedom not to be shot and gunned down because people aren't walking around with AR-15s. So that is I love that about Australia.
Correct.
The fact that you can just walk around and there is probably not 6 people with AR-15s,
Yeah. And you know what? You guys had that horrible into the Port Arthur massacre, and really bad shit happened. And then they said, you know what?
Once.
Right. And then you said, you know what? We're gonna fix this, and they did, and there haven't been any others.
Yeah. People ask that, they're like, "What are you gonna do?" What Australia did the first. There's a model. They did it. Just
literally
do that
worked.
and follow.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be a much higher scale, but still, think of how much metal how many things we could build with all of the gun metal that is housed in closets and
build skyscrapers out of gunmetal.
Yeah.
So much of it. Jesus.
So would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Oh yeah, so
Yoda.
I resent disability in all its forms, and I'm very big on that. I guess I'm not the only person. That's not a unique point of view.
Wow, I did not approach either of those as disability. I
Really?
was not like
he
breathe like Vader.
Vader
Like,
breathes
that's not-
that way because he's literally wearing an iron lung because he got burned on Mustafar.
Right, because he didn't have the higher ground.
He burned his lung.
And
Well, I
that's
know. If
why.
you don't have the high ground, you automatically lose. That's
You don't have the high ground, you lose both your legs and an arm. That's what happens.
Everything.
It's
Everything
everything.
is high ground.
Like-
So I don't want to be on
I
an
didn't
iron
think of
lung
it
for the
as
rest of
I
my
didn't-
life. But I figured for Yoda, he had a speech impediment. I get speech therapy and hopefully get that addressed. That was my thinking.
Oh. So
So you could fix the talking,
See,
can't
for-
fix the breathing.
see, for me, I saw both of them as like both incredibly powerful, but like
Oh.
that Yoda, to get people to take him seriously, has to like raise a X-wing out of a swamp of
Out of a
Dagobah
swamp
with
of
just
Dagobah.
the power of the Force
Yeah.
to tell everyone he's a badass. But like Vader, his mere presence like makes all the rebels shit. Plus, he can probably lift an X-wing out of a swamp
He can
too,
also, yes.
while being badass
Right.
with a lightsaber. You know what I mean? Like we did get to see Yoda flip around with his little lightsaber and stuff,
Yeah.
but straight up, if you had to pick, Darth Vader was,
If you're aiming
was
just for
worth less than
badass,
that.
but remember, the dude's disabled. He's in that thing because he can't breathe without it. You know what I mean? That's the whole...
Yoda's 3 feet tall and lives in a swamp in a tree.
Sure, I'm not going to be Yoda. I'm going to talk like Yoda. If I'm breathing like Vader, it means I'm also in this life-saving apparatus. That was my thing.
Okay, so yeah, so you're yeah, you were okay. So you were going down the polio route, and
In a way.
okay,
You know, the
yeah.
yes, the paraplegic who got his is that technically what that's called? What's that called? Para amputee? I guess what's the word for that? He lost 2 legs and 1 arm, right?
Oh,
Although he lost the other arm in a previous incident, so technically he lost 2 arms, 2 legs.
oh, Anakin is not both of his arms are.
Yeah, but
He lose the other arm as well?
the one was Count Dooku,
Oh yes, it got cut off, and then his
and
his
then
hand got replaced.
right?
Yes, okay,
And then
that's right. And then the other one.
Obi-Wan, I think, took the other arm and 2 legs.
Yeah.
Because high ground.
High ground. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else could be done.
What else?
If anyone else gets that.
He should have just thrown it down and surrendered because he didn't have the high ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one space wizard said to the other space wizard, "You don't have the high ground. You're going to lose."
Right, exactly.
You
And
don't
like
listen
listen
to
to the space wizards. Like, have you guys been watching them fight and then like lifting shit with their minds? Like, pay attention to those guys. They got fuckloads of midichlorians.
Crazy stuff. Oh, fun times. Did we talk about everything? I think we did, right? Did we get them all?
I think we got through it all.
That was good. So, fun times as always. I hope we were helpful to someone, somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a little bit myself, and just like I do at all of these things. So I think I think it's objectively safe to say that every time that we do this, the world is a better place.
I think so.
And I think that's something that no one could argue with or dispute. So I guess I could just say you're welcome. You're welcome.
We're here to serve.
We're here to serve. See you next week.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to sign off. Everyone who came by today, thank you. Again, submit your questions. They're linked on the underneath Green Pants down there. And we'll be back here next Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern U.S. time, where we will once again answer your questions, hopefully to your satisfaction. Anyone who's asked a question before, by the way, please feel free to do a follow up. We like keeping in touch with you. We want to maintain the link.
We want to know what happens, and we want to know if our advice was acted upon and if it was successful or not. Because
we're really looking for validation for ego stroking, is what we're really doing, right? Is we want to make sure that what we told you was the right thing, and now your life is better for it.
Well, for me personally, I'm more looking out for possible arrest or libel or slander laws. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, caring too.
Change our identities. We'll just switch names. Yeah, for sure.
I can do my 7th doxing, no problem.
You're just like Fletch. You're like Fletch with all the IDs.
You think green pants isn't the only color of pants I've been? No, come on.
We can't be reinvented.
Land first on green.
Blue pants.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you rebrand, and everyone forgets about what you were before, and you're brand new, and you just get to start over.
Crazy, right? It works in the corporate world too. It's like
it does.
Memories are not long, apparently. So we'll catch you next week. So come on in, and like I said, our purpose here is that we are here to help. So Green Pants, thank you again for joining us, and we will.
Thank you, Vanguard.
Catch you next time.
See you next week.